Hello friends, I'm going to explain to you one more beautiful Russian proverb. It has only 4 lines. It is also very popular as all my previous ones which I'm showing on this channel. I'm not showing something not popular. I'm showing only what we use basically every day. Anybody can use it. Let's look at it. As we see, many Russian proverbs have God in them, and this one is not exception. Because this is belief of Russian people, God, and it asks for God, calls for God. So this proverb says, «На Бога надейся, а сам не плашай». I will repeat. «На Бога надейся, а сам не плашай». Let's start with the second line, because this is the verb which control the first line case in which we use the word God. Надейся. Ты надейся. Надейся is the second person singular. It is imperative. It is from the verb надеяться, beautiful verb, to hope. Надеяться. Надеяться, to hope, reflexive verb. На Бога. Надеяться, connection with the next object will be надеяться на кого, надеяться на что. Кого что is accusative case. So the first line, на Бога, to hope that God will help you, to hope for God. This is the phrase, на Бога надейся, hope for God, that God will help you. And the second line, а сам не плашай, but yourself, you be aware, you be active, you do everything what's necessary. And I will come back to translation, but now I will continue. Надейся, на Бога надейся. Надейся, hope for God, like we say. Oh God, always, in all cultures actually, we have it in conversation when we worry about something and something happened, we say, oh God, or we surprised. Strong emotions of a person, of a human being, are accompanied usually with the name of God, right? Even it doesn't matter the person is religious or not religious. This is in our vocabulary, and Russian's not exception, right? Russian language is not exception. We have God mentioned. So, надейся, на Бога надейся. Hope for God. Hope that God will help you. This is the first part of the proverb, the first 2 lines. На Бога надейся. In the third line, а сам, but yourself. Let me tell you about very interesting interjection a in Russian language, which looks like a letter A in all languages, of course, English, Spanish, German, French. Alphabet letter A. In Russian is letter A, also the first letter of the alphabet. So, interjection A. In English language, we have and, or we have but. We have and is addition, and but is against something. I forgot the word now. But is when I say this is white, but this is something contradicts contradiction. Yes, something contradicts. I use but. In Russian language, we have both. We have and e, one letter e, Russian e, addition, and we have no, 2 letters n, O, in English letters and capitals, for example, it will be H-O, this is the spelling, no, is but, contradiction, interjection for contradiction. However, we have number 3, interjection, as frequently used as this English and but, as in Russian, и, no. We have one more, we have 3 of them. In English 2, but in Russian we have 3 of them. And this is number 3, a. This is very interesting contradiction, not contradiction, interjection, which has both meanings inside it. It has e meaning, and, addition, and a little bit of contradiction, but. It has both. Why? Because if I put just complete here addition, this is not quite work for me. If I put complete contradiction here between these 2 parts of sentence, right? Also, not really. Sometimes I need to put 50% of addition, 50% of contradiction. And in this case, I put a. Let me see how I translate it into English. На Бога надейся, а сам but. The English I translate in this case but. But you yourself, contradiction. But in Russian we use a. You hope for God. However, I can translate it however. Yes, because this is not addition. This is a little bit contradict. However, if you are in the situation such and such, you do this and this, okay? So we have very strong, very beautiful interjection number 3 in Russian language, which is a, which is here in this proverb. By the way, all proverbs which I explain, I'm sorry for my, not very smooth flow of language when I speak, because I tried, guys, I tried to put it down on paper, but what happens if I put it down on paper as a lecture? Sometimes I do that, but not for Russian, not for Russian. Because if I put it down on paper as an article and it's smooth and nice, and I start speaking and I'm looking myself at this proverb right now, right? I'm looking at it, and I always have like 3-4 comments oftentimes, while I am reading my own text. So I decided, no, I'm not going to write it. I'm going just to explain, just listen to me. Why it happens? Because too many emotions, too many different thoughts, additional thoughts, good thoughts, and the original text always not good when I am starting reading my original, So just please stay with me and you will learn a lot of information. Okay, so I will repeat from the first 2 lines. На Бога надейся. By the way, the previous sayings about where God was mentioned, Бог терпел и нам велел. I have I believe they call this color maroon, like very, very dark red, between brown and red. I have maroon, beautiful proverb, slide, beautiful explained. So that one has Бог терпел и нам велел, Бог. That one, when I use just именительный падеж, nominative case for God, for the word God, I say Бог. I don't say Бог. You understand? Because the ending Бог, and then I continue. The ending G, we don't finish with this G. It's too, too clarified. It's not good for just when the word finished with it, Бог. I say Бог. I go for lazier sound, H, okay? However, here we have it after G, we have A, на Бога, and here we clearly hear Бог. This is the correct pronunciation, на Бога, clearly, because after G we have A, and in that syllable we pronounce clearly Ga. So what you see on the paper that you pronounce correctly, на Бога. Okay, only make correct stress O, на Бога. Надейся, the stress is in the middle. You hope for God. На Бога надейся, comma, а сам and you yourself. In Russian language, when we refer to somebody, to anybody, to you, a woman, to him, the man, to old woman, to a young woman, or old, anybody. We will use the masculine masculine single form. This replacement, I call them nice replacements for yourself. In English, we have myself, yourself, reflexive pronouns. In Russian, we have a very interesting developed form of this sam, sama, and we can decline it. We can declare sami. We have the complete form, looks like vegetable, I say. What's the matter with me? It's early in the morning. Adjective, we have самый красивый, the most beautiful we use for superlative form. So these forms, some, which you have here the root of, actually can be developed different things. Yes, it's very, how to say, it has a family of them. So here is yourself. And you, yourself, whoever you are, a woman or a man, human being, and you, not computers. Soon we are going to have, computers walking among us, not computer, a some, and you, не плашай. And не плашай is, and you yourself, some, one more time, it is easily read. Everything is easy read here, okay? If I explain the stress in the second, надейся на Бога, if you put correct stress, it's kind of easy to pronounce everything, and you can use it with your friends or wherever you want to write, to use Russian language. A some, and you yourself, and then we have тире. It's supposed to be in Russian language, we call тире, the punctuation mark is a long dash. In Russian, punctuation marks, we have a long dash. We have short one like this one. We call defiz, which used I don't know, like mathematics minus or something somewhere we use a lot. Yes, but we also have the long one. But the long one is not existing. I already told you many times, not existing in my regular English keyboard. And I have to look for it like special, signs. I don't do that. So I use in my writing everywhere, the sign instead of long one, I use the short one. And, it's kind of, maybe many people do that now, today. Because we are adapting, we don't go for difficulties when we exist in the world. So here, this means pause. A сам не плашай. And you yourself, also, we can replace that usually with some meaning. It means that some word can be put, this long dash here is supposed to be long. A some, and you yourself also, we can say also, in some situation, in any situation, не плашай. The last line, не плашай, it is the verb which does not exist. Now, this lecture, I'm sorry for my not very smooth, not much smoothness, but it's very interesting lecture, because we do not have the verb плашать. Yes, usually if you look at the verb, you go to its infinitive, but I cannot here to go to the infinitive. That's why it's very interesting. I'm going to explain what is this, but we use it here in this proverb. Everybody knows this proverb, because if somebody says, oh, God will help me, and here the other person may say, no, на Бога надейся, сам не плашай. I am the kind of person who lives by this proverb always, and it's not important am I religious or not. I know my religion. I have from memory, for my mother, for everybody, from my young years, I have golden cross made in the city where I was born, and I have all of this. I know my religion very well, and of course sometimes and always we use, and a person can go to church, not as often as a very religious person, so God is in our life, in Russians, absolutely. А сам не плашай. So не плашай, and you yourself do not Do not be lazy. Do not wait until God will help you. Maybe He will help you, maybe He will not. And what is God in this situation and many situations? It's occasional circumstances which we cannot control. However, if we are active people, we do control a lot of circumstances, not all of them. Okay, I am a person who is active, and I go and I make it happen, but sometimes on my way so many difficulties, and I have stories like every day, like yesterday my day was very difficulties created, but I was very active, and I got my results, maybe not as easy, but so we have this verb in the shape of splachovать. That shape will be prefixed verb, and that we use only in past tense. We say он сплоховал, means he did badly, he didn't get good results, or она сплоховала, or они сплоховали. So we will have word сплоховать. But here плошь, absolutely we cannot. So плоховать is actually, it comes from the adverb плохо, badly, плохо, и хорошо. I don't remember, do I have in my slides плохо, хорошо? I have to put them, because very often Russian adverbs are relatives, in majority of cases, relatives of adjectives. Yes, and Russian adjective has 3 forms. Плохой, bad, masculine gender, плохая, feminine gender, и плохие, plural form, 3 forms. Why do I say 4 forms? 3 forms. I will think about it. 3 forms. Плохой, yes, and form number 4, of course, neuter gender, плохое, for example, плохое объявление, advertisement is bad for some reason, whatever. Плохое явление, the event is bad, or, something happened is bad. Yes, 4 endings. So плохой, плохо, so actually it's basic vocabulary. However, here we have a alternation of sounds, yes, плохая, but the meaning remains. I told you, semantics remains, yes. So actually, if to create a lecture on this in written form article, it is a big article, because I would show the adverb badly, I would show all 4 adjectives with examples, плохой, плохая, плохие, плохое, and I will show this semantical relative сплоховать, и, like in this proverb, не плашай. Don't be weak, be proactive, don't hope just only for God. Do something. You have to absolutely do something. And people who are active and know many times that this proverb is excellent, it is true. Let me come back a little bit to grammar of this last line. Не плашай. I will repeat you many times. I'm repeating in Russian language. Negative form of the verb. Always we write with separate negative particle не, which you see here. If you think about like in capital letters in English alphabet, you will think H, yeah, but Russian it's не. In this proverb, we see very well that I have capital, the first one, na Бога. When I start the sentence, I start with capital, and all of other letters, na is capital, и Бог is with capital. Why God is with capital? Because I tried no capital and it doesn't look good. It's better looks with capital, so it's more correct. It's belief, many people around the world believe and God, and it's better looks correctly with capital. Бога надейся, а сам не плашай, and yourself you also be active. In Russian very shortly, не плашай. Okay, не плашай. Last line, also imperative mood. Okay, на Бога надейся, а сам не плашай. The first line has preposition noun. На кого? На Бога. Accusative case. On the God, for the God, don't hope. На Бога надейся. You hope for the God. However, а сам and yourself, you also be proactive. Не плашай. А сам не плашай. Thank you very much. I hope it was helpful. It is a beautiful Russian proverb. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.